Before we get into today's episode, I want to personally invite you to my free live job search masterclass that's happening on July 23rd. So this is for you if you're looking to land your next role in 90 days or less. And this is where all of the success stories that you've heard of on this podcast have started. Inside, I share my 2026 job search strategy, what's working in terms of resumes, interviews, all of the things that you need to land your next HR role. I break down the Career Cravings framework, which I only share with my paid clients inside of this free masterclass. And if you've already registered, then amazing. I want to remind you that this is not just like a register and watch later kind of event. You're going to want to show up live. I am going to be doing a live Q&A. I'm giving away prizes. I have been known to give away my programs for free, and I'm definitely doing some giveaways on the 23rd as well. And I open up bonus enrollment for the offer room live on that call. And the first people that join my signature coaching program also get $3,000 worth of special bonuses for deeper support inside of all of the things they need to land their next role, from resumes, interviews, everything that I support inside of the offer room. So if you have not yet registered, then swipe up and save your seat. And if you're already registered, then share this event with a friend who might need to hear this message as well. So mark your calendar, and I cannot wait to see you there live on the 23rd. Hey, it's Irina Pozan, and welcome back to the Career Cravings podcast. This podcast has a simple mission. It's to help ambitious professionals like you build the career and life that you've been craving. Over the past 15 years, I've worked as an HR leader, designed hiring systems, led recruitment teams, and I've sat on the other side of the hiring table. I've seen what works in today's job market, what doesn't, and what separates those good candidates from the ones that actually land their dream roles. Now I'm bringing everything I've learned straight to you. Each episode is packed with actionable insights and tools to help you land your dream role sooner. Now let's dive in. I wanted to just film this moment to have for myself, maybe for my future self, and document this moment, because my entire life is changing in 90 days. Everything from what I do to the impact that I have, my day-to-day, where I go. And I wanted to document this moment of absolute certainty, because there have been multiple times in my life where I have fully, completely, in every single way, transformed every aspect of my life, from being diagnosed with cancer to being in perfect health, my body, my mind, what I do for work, my business, from growing up in a war-torn country to now having peace and love and truly living in the life of my dreams. And each one of those times, that was a quantum leap. And in the next 90 days, I wanted to document this because I have absolute certainty that I'm going through another quantum leap in the next 90 days. So today I'm filming this in June 2026. And in the next 90 days, I am becoming a best-selling author. I have absolute certainty that I will be a best-selling author. And the reason I have this certainty is because this book and what I share inside of this book has already transformed my life in every way possible. I have shared so vulnerably every single aspect that has transformed my life and my career, that took me from feeling stuck or overwhelmed, and from poverty and from fear, and some of the most challenging things that most people will never experience in their lives, like cancer, to healing and fulfillment and finding meaning in my life and truly living the life of my dreams. And I have put it all into one place. And I'm going to be sharing that with the world. And even thinking about the moment, even thinking about doing that, it's just so wild, because I already know and have absolute certainty and conviction that this is going to transform so many more lives. So I know through sharing these methods with clients, I've seen so many lives transformed already. before this book even comes out. And knowing that that's happening and knowing that my own wildest dreams are going to come true, it's completely wild. And I wanted to document this moment and to have it for myself. And I thought I would share it with you too. So if you are someone who is also looking for that quantum leap to make one of your dreams, whether it's to do with your career or your life, come true in the next 90 days, then I want to share what I'm doing with you. So there is something, a technique that I have used throughout my life that has helped me to quantum leap. And this is exactly what I'm using in this quantum leap, and used it in the past when I was diagnosed with cancer. I've used it to land dream jobs. I've used it to manifest more money. I've used it to manifest $1 million coming into mine and my husband's bank account multiple times. I've shared some of those stories here on the podcast as well. And I want to share it with you too, because I know if you're here, you also have huge dreams and you also want to live a life of your wildest dreams. And I know you want to have the career of your dreams. And that's why you're here. If you never dreamed big and if you never thought that those dreams are even possible for you, I know you wouldn't be here. I know you wouldn't be watching this right now. So I want to share an exercise that my coach took me through. And this is actually an exercise that I have done so many times in my life before, and it's completely changed my life. And I'm going to show you how I personally just did this today and how I've done it so many times before so that you can apply it too. Okay. So there have been about 5 moments in my entire life where I feel like the way that I feel today, where I have unbelievable, absolute certainty that my entire life is going to change. And something big and magical that doesn't even make sense is going to happen. And as soon as I have that feeling, for me personally, how it shows up in my body is I can envision it so clearly in my mind. I can see it as if it's already past tense, as if it's already happened. And that moment where everything clicks and I realize that that one dream that I'm thinking of is about to come true. That moment for me, what that looks like, I picture it in my mind. I can see it. I can touch it. I can smell it. I know what I'm wearing. I know where I am. And then what happens next is I start to bawl. And this might be really different for you, but for me, like today, I was ugly crying. I can actually show a video of that as well on my socials, but just complete, absolute crying in gratitude that the dream that I have has already happened. And I see it in that moment. I see it like as if it's already happened. And then it brings me to tears of gratitude. I just start crying, thinking, I'm so blessed. Thank you, universe, whatever you believe in. Thank you, God. Thank you, whatever it is that you believe in. But thank you for making this a reality. And I can see it in my mind as a reality. So this is what I called certainty. And we need to have certainty of our biggest dreams before we can see them in the world, in the physical, before they happen. And I know a lot of people wait. They wait for that permission. They wait to see it actually happen. And right now in this knowing, what I saw today in my mind is that I already am a best-selling author. My book does not come out until September 1st. It will come out in the next 90 days. And I know that month, I am going on a 5-city sponsored tour. I'm going to meet hundreds and thousands of people. And I know that the work is going to change their lives too, because it's already changed my life, the life of my clients, the life of my family, the life of my son, the life of my parents, my mom, my dad, my sister. And it's like a ripple effect. And I am not waiting for the proof. I'm not waiting for September. Like I'm not waiting for the book to launch to already tell me that information. I have absolute certainty that that is the case and an unshakable knowing. There's no other way that I can describe this. And I talk about this in my book too. And I share some exercises where you can also get that type of certainty for the goals and the dreams that you have, because it is so powerful to cultivate. If you could see your biggest goals and dreams happen as if they have already happened in past tense, like you're looking back and you're like, wow, You already have that dream job that you want. You already have the career you want. You already have the bank account, the body, whatever it is for you that you already have it. And if you can know that you already have it, then it's already on its way to you. And that's the beautiful thing. Today, I did an exercise that I write about in the book as well, which is building your evidence that your biggest dreams have already happened as your reality, and making a list. Start with making a list of 100 reasons. In the book, I ask you to start with 25, but today I made a list of 100 reasons. How do I know? So after that moment, I saw that reality and I'm like, oh my goodness, I already am a best-selling author. This has already transformed my life. I know that for sure. And it's transformed the lives of my clients. And now it is going broader and coming into the universe in the form of this book. And I went back and I made a list of 100 reasons of how I know my entire life is being transformed in 90 days, and why the Career You Crave, my book that's launching in September, which I don't even have a physical copy of in front of me. I do have, let me show you this. I've printed this, which I've had on my nightstand, which is like the cover of the book. And I know that the ripple effect of launching this is going to change my entire life. Okay. So how can you have this conviction? I often have clients ask me, like, how can I also have that level of conviction that you shared, where you manifested the $1 million coming into your life, your dream job? Like, I attracted my dream director of HR role at the time by coming to me without me applying to it. I have also manifested the $1 million, like I told you about. I manifested some of the things that just made no sense. Me launching a business that instantly went to 6 figures when that didn't make logical sense, when most businesses aren't even profitable in the first couple of months, let alone years. And how was I able to do that? I did that first by starting with certainty. And how do you ground yourself in the certainty is what I want to break down. So the first step is really having that goal in mind, seeing that bigger vision. And next, it's convincing your body and your nervous system that it's okay to hold that. It's okay to already have the thing that you want the most in your life, whether it's to do with your career or your life. And then it's to picture it as already done. So when this happened to me today, and I was ugly crying, like I literally could not stop crying for maybe 15 minutes. And the thoughts that were going through my mind was absolute gratitude. I was just like, I can't believe this is happening. I can't believe I landed my dream sponsor for the tour. I can't believe I'm going on a 5-city tour. I can't believe I'm becoming a best-selling author in 90 days. I can't believe that these endorsements for the book are coming in. I can't believe that it's already transformed all of these lives. And realizing that in the moment, I just started to cry. In that moment, I just felt so much gratitude. And I know in my own body, this is how that knowing shows up. In yours, it might show up really differently. And this has happened to me. I've described it before on the podcast, but in multiple times in my life, handful of times. And this is one of those times. But this time, I wanted to document it, because those times I've shared it with my husband. I've shared it with my friends and family as it was happening, but I never documented it. And I get to now, and we get to experience this together. And then you can fact check me in 90 days. So the next step, after you know you have the certainty, you see the vision, you know it, your body knows it, you're feeling grateful, you're living as if it's already happened. How do you do that? How do you get to that place? Well, one of the tools that I love the most is creating a list that gives me more certainty before the evidence arrives. So we around here, we do not wait for evidence to know that our biggest dreams are coming true. We are certain about them, and that's what attracts them to us. So I made a list of 100 reasons, and I want you to do this too. I want you to think of your goal, and then I want you to make a list of 100 reasons of how you know for a fact, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that that dream is coming true, with a specific date. So for me, it's September 2026. I am becoming a best-selling author. The transformations from people reading the book, it's changing their lives. And in turn, it's changed my life as well. I made my list, and it starts with the fact, like, what do you put on this certainty list for yourself? So on my list, what I put was this book, The Career You Crave, right here before it's even out. I know that it already has transformed my life. It has taken me everything that I have shared and the process and the methods and the techniques and the tools that I have put into this book are every single thing that I use to transform my life, to go from poverty and scarcity to abundance and having multi-millions and everything I've ever wanted, a loving family, my dream home. Manifesting my dream home was one of my biggest manifestations as well. Through overcoming one of the most challenging times of my life, having cancer. This is what got me through cancer, one of the most challenging times of my life. So I know that it can transform someone else's life, because in that moment, the moment that I knew that I was cancer-free, my first inkling before anything else was, Irina, I heard a whisper that was like, Irina, you need to write a book. You need to help someone else that's going through this situation. And I didn't know what the book was going to be then, and I wasn't ready to write it. But since then, I've taken everything that I have learned to transform my own life and the lives of my clients, and I put it into one place. So that's proof for me. The other point that it's already transformed my life, it's transformed the lives of my clients, my son, my mom, my sister, my family members. I'm going on a 5-city sponsored tour to spread this message because there are already people that believe in this message as much as I do, to sponsor a 5-city tour and to ask me to come speak to thousands of people and get this message in front of them before the book even physically exists in anyone's hands. Like, wrap your mind around that for a second. And the reason I was able to manifest that tour is because I already believe in that message. Do you see how that works? So things don't just randomly show up until you believe in them. I also wrote that I'm fully vulnerable and transparent, and I know that that is how my message transforms my life and the life of others as well, because the more I can share vulnerably exactly what happened, the more it will affect people's lives. I also wrote down other times that I've succeeded in the past. So instantly bringing my business to 6 figures when most businesses fail. Like, what are the other times in your life where you have already done things that did not make sense in your life and you fully stepped into that moment ready for it? When have you done that in your life? Write those times down. Write the proof down of the times where you've already done the thing before you had the proof, and watch your dreams come true. So that is your homework. Make a list of 100 reasons of how you have succeeded in the past, of your absolute knowing that your biggest dream, of that vision for your future self, has already come true. And that is the way you create certainty and knowing before you have the evidence, before you have the proof. Because again, we don't wait for proof around here. You need to know and be certain for these opportunities to come your way. So that's what I'll leave you with. Let me know in the comments if you like these short random episodes where literally I just turn the mic on as things are happening, as I'm bawling. I went on a call with my own coach today. So I've always had a coach, and this is no different. And I didn't even realize we had a call today. I just kind of hopped into it and I didn't know what I was going to ask. And I told her about the moment of me crying today and like bawling my eyes out with so much gratitude for something that hasn't even happened yet, something that's coming in the future in the next 90 days. And we talked about it. And she reminded me, she's read my book, and she's reminded me of the practice of getting into certainty by using proof you already have. And I'm like, that's beautiful. So after our call, I did that, and I knew I had to come here and share this message with you too. So let me know if it resonates with you, and I know it'll change your life. So thank you for being here. Hey, before you go, if you've enjoyed listening to today's show, I would love your support. Please take a moment to leave a review anywhere where you listen to podcasts. And here's the exciting part. I'm running a special contest and giving away a one-on-one session with yours truly. All you have to do is leave a review, take a screenshot, and send it to me in my DMs. All of my contact info is in the show notes. I appreciate you so much, and I cannot wait to build the career and life that you've been craving together. See you next week.